Right, hello again, Dread Mechanic back once more for part 6 of my little mini mech drone build stream series. So last session I converted a bunch of my drone walkers that you can see plodding around in the background into manual control versions, and they're all just sitting around over there, not doing very much at the moment. They still need a bit more work. Need a lot of things naming and redoing, but they mostly work manual control for the moment. I also started work on a little firing range type setup for the manual controlled mechs. And I also did a bit more fiddling about. I throw mirror mode on here and see this is all split in half. But you look there, you'll see that this is all one big grid now. Even though it's separated by about 100 meters. This is one big grid. Because I did some sneakiness. I have been playing with the idea of using these new scaffolding blocks, or the truss blocks, power lines between things. So I built myself the beginnings of a little power station, and I've been using them to transfer power. And I was sneaky and I cheated and I did it in spectator mode. But if we go into spectator mode now and drop through here, there's one big long line of it connecting all the way up to here via that little connection point, and that is now powering this and turning that all into one big grid. I'll have power for everything. I've not actually bothered to put any uranium in the reactors at the moment. I'm seeing how far I can get with these solar panels and the batteries. But one of the things I want to do with this silly little world, I've spawned in my mini tank design that I've been working on, which I might do more of in a bit, but I'm addicted to spider mechs, and I haven't built a spider mech in a while, and I'd like to try and build a little drone spider with preferably more than 4 legs, and have something like that roaming around. I can make alternate variations of, and I'm kind of inspired by the shape of this thing. I want to try and do something similar and have like main body, weapon hanging underneath, legs dangling off the sides. So I'm going to try and build something like that. First things first, let's get a very obviously different colour. To build our frame on. In fact, to move our frame back a bit. And let's actually make it a little bit taller. Just a little bit. So, weird spider thing. First things first, let's steal a colour. So I want to make it like a little ball of legs, and a little abdomen thing hanging underneath. want to try and keep. I might try this idea and have a reactor in the centre. Remote block front. Now I'm thinking about sticking the gyro bang in the middle. Uranium on me. Let's pop a little bit of uranium in him for a minute. What did I do for a connection point for these? Oh, it was on top, wasn't it? That's a problem. Sticking a reactor in the centre like that. I wanted it to have. Now we should do these things differently. Right, that's an idea. Let's quickly mark out the idea of a shape. I want it to be round as possible. Probably a sphere. Exactly what shapes I've got, so I can potentially cut out each of those squares and replace it with something else and just pop a panel on the side. You know what, let's get some mirror mode on the go, that'll make life easier. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. So if we do that, we've got all of this space here to play with. Leave them out for now because I know what's going to go in there. Bum, 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 bum. Where is it? There it is. If we made it a complete circle like that, we would then need, or sphere rather than circle, technically. Technically about it is. Stick that there. Right there. Right, that's going to be base for this thing. That's going to have a hole with an advanced rotor poking out of it. But also I can see what I'm doing. Right, so that facing forward. Have that rotor all the way down, all the way up, depending on your perspective. We chuck that back in there for now. So that'll be the bottom. Bump, 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 bump. Hinge. Piston, hinge. Small hinge. Where is it? There it is. Small hinge pointing forward. And a basic gun for now. So The idea is the bottom of it is going to look something like that, hopefully. Now, how the hell am I going to squeeze in these legs that I want to squeeze in? At the very least, need a hinge either side in the middle, because that's where I want to start. Don't think I'm going to have enough space. At the minimum, we would need, if I wanted to do 6 legs, could get away with 3, but it'd be really complicated. Oh no, actually no. No, it'd be way too complicated. We'd need 3 of them, 3 of them. 1 for each leg and each section of the step cycle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so that's at least all 6 legs. And that doesn't leave us an awful lot of space for other things. So we may potentially have to adjust the shape. Ish. So then I would also need conveyor connection to get ammo into the bloody thing. And we'd also need a connection to get there, so it's going to have to be that block. What is it? Oh, we could do a T-block. Pointing backwards, and in there we could stick a singular ammo container, then have a connector at the back that just about pokes out. That'd be fine. Each of the legs. Got movement, got AI movement, got gyro, got power. You would also need at least an offensive block and a task block, so it can target things and follow things. And it's going to need at least 1 battery tucked in there somewhere, which could go behind there, potentially, because there's not going to be anything else going in there. We could have that as a battery. Got a reactor bang in the centre. Got conveyor connection to the gun. Got gyro. It's got AI control. Got remote control. Am I missing anything? The only thing it's really missing is extra bollocks to make various modes work. So So I want this thing to have 6 legs. Yeah, it's still going to need a relay and antenna and all that bollocks, but I need to get it moving first. So we could, what could we do, how can we do this, make it look interesting. I need to get a bunch more hinges on here. I could that, slap a hinge on, that might look crap. Do something like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, just crap as the other way. We did that. Cut that out. And that out, and that could steal us back an extra block of space. Space. Right, do that, and that, and that. Not that. Or that. Do that, and that. There we go. We could move the rest of the spherical shape there. And ourselves not to build in that space. That would then be that. That can be something with a camera slapped right on the front in the middle. Those 2 blocks could be potentially space for some other thing. Like timers or something. Because I'm almost certainly going to need a whole bunch of timers. Doing 6 legs is basically like setting up a set of 4 with an extra set of front legs, isn't it? I think. It's been a while since I've done 6 legs. So, that's going to be the basic shape. Oh yeah, let's stick that. In fact, actually, that can stay yellow for now because we can replace that shape. These shapes are kind of integral to the overall profile of the thing, so come in. Right, so it's going to hopefully be a little War of the Worlds looking spherical spider thing. Now, for the leg design, thinking about trying something tall and spindly, perhaps. Yeah, we could do it like that, and then we would pop a there. And then we can do What can we do? Could we do something weird with the leg? Having to be fairly long. That all down. That's a bit far, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's do 50. 50 degrees. I'll have it lift up to 30, so yeah, that might be enough. Right, well that leg needs to be longer. Longer still. I'm going to try and... Who's clanging? Oh, you've fallen over again, you idiot. Yeah, it's quite tall, isn't it? Ah, why have to stand you back up? Can you not figure your shit out? Go on, go on, go on. There you go. You could do it. Yeah, that's going to be super long. A bit taller than I was expecting, but we'll keep going. We'll see what happens. You know what we're doing? Just chop that off. And we can copy and paste that a dozen times. And it's way easier. We picked it up from the right fucking spot. Oh, it's because I chopped off in the wrong place, that's why. Build that one. And then, there we go. Right, so that, and then that. That's probably a bit too long now. Chop that off. Oh, damn. Good to go. No, smeg it. Let's go with super long for now, because why not? Or potentially get another hinge in there. And have another section to the leg. Go on, there you go. bring that up a bit. Okay, 45. Make that 45. What does that look like? I'd have to swing through the floor, potentially. What about 35? And then 35. Ooh. Yeah, actually, I like that. It's giving me stupid Wild Wild West Spider-Man vibes. That film was stupid. Oh, ooh, actually. Let's see what that leg looks like when it is rebuilt with, yeah, with mostly scaffolding blocks, because, yeah, let's try that. So, let's cut, in fact, we could rebuild these legs without chopping them apart. Let's cover that, and that, that, and that. There we go, we work from this side. I shouldn't actually have to break the legs, chop all of this out, rebuild the middle. The bits we want. That, 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 and that. Oh well. Overexcited and chopped off the wrong thing. Actually, fixed it back on. So bloody can't. Fine. Just make that up. To find that fucking angle. There we go. Right again. I'll get overexcited and chopping off the wrong parts. Right, that's the bit that needs to come out. That. All that come out. Right. No, we didn't want to chop off that one actually. We want to leave that. And we want to leave that. And that. Actually, these bits we want to replace. The middle. Might chop the end of that off and do it like that as well. For these yellow bits. Back off. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, I'm going with that. do with that leg? So what would we do? That would lift. We don't need it to lift the bar. Just lifted. It's going to need to go. Make it go 20 degrees. What's 20 degrees like? 20 degrees down there, and 20 degrees down there is very much clear of the floor. Yeah, that's the issue. That's swinging through the ground at that point. Meh, leave it like that for now. That. Now. You're going to need to go further than that. Let me go to 60. Come back to 30. Oh, actually, I might even want to put them on rotors rather than hinges, because hinges tend to get a bit clangy when they've got forces on them sideways. So let's make another copy. Let's turn the sun back on so we can see what it's actually doing. We were going to cut that off and replace these rotors instead. Regular rotors. Right, so we could do it like that. Do it like that. Well, we want the legs to be overhanging, so let's have them pointing up and have them all pointing out. That way, the 0 should be on the outside. Or yes, that'll make things a little bit easier to manage, in theory. That is the only thing I'm concerned about. Yeah, there's also that issue, isn't there? Okay, let's try. That on there, is that going to scrub on the block behind it as it moves? Yes, it is. I stick that like that. Press the right buttons consistently. Chop that off there. Grab that off there. Stick that on the side like that. That should hopefully not scrub. No, that should be fine. But that connection looks like crap. So, to make it look a little bit nicer, we could do... That'll scrub. That. Hopefully not scrub. If we did that either side. Flip that a little bit, make it look a little less crap. Too many L's in that sentence. Right, that's got plenty of movement without clanging. Cool, I think that's going to be the idea then. So let's spawn a load of them on there. Oh yeah, get that leg out of the way. Place that on the side of there. Let's tuck that leg in a bit. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll figure out your spacing in a minute. Yeah, this is shaping up how I was kind of shaping up how I was imagining it. Not enough room, not enough room, and we've got enough room. Cool. Oh yeah, that looks ridiculous. That looks absolutely ridiculous. Right, leg spacing before we start trying to make things move. What were we going to go with? We were going to try 60, 30. So that'll be lower limit will be minus 60 because we are the other way around. Limit will be minus 30. There we go. Then if that had, they've both got 30 degrees of movement, so if I did that as minus 15 and 15, give it some speed, that could easily have a little bit more range of movement. So I'll call that 20 and minus 20. So that has ultimately got 40 degrees of movement, which means that one ought to be 60 and 20. Yeah, that doesn't seem too ridiculous. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll make that minus 20. Oop. Yeah, cool. Oh yeah, we need to put the little bit of panelling on the side, don't we? Yeah, there we go. Now. Oh. Why am I doing it the hard way? Oh yeah, we need to set all of those, don't we? Right. Fiddle about with some more of these settings. So, this is going to end up being quite weighty, I imagine. Give it a million. Placement maximum. Doesn't need tensor. Right, we'll call this leg rotor FL01. And that will be the same as the. It'll be the same as. Yeah, it'll be the same as that back. There you go. That'll be the same as that. We'll name that. Rear right. That one can be a million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Rotor displacement maximum. And yeah. Leg rotor rear left 0, 1. Right. And the middle ones will be exactly the same as each other. Sorted. Right. Leg rotor ML01 middle left. R for middle R. Right. Yeah, this is shaping up kind of how I imagined it. Might even just end up having an antenna poking out the top of it or something. Oh crap, that's a point. I need to get a turret controller in there. That's really important. The whole gun won't work without a turret controller. Let's squeeze one of them in before we do anything else. We're going further. Back did we put it? Not anywhere reasonable. Like that for now. control gun. Oh, actually, oh no, just sticking out the back. No. No, that idea wouldn't work. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. Sort that idea. Keep forgetting they're 2 blocks in size. Right, so that'd be that, and then to control the legs themselves, now we've figured out their arrangement. We're gonna have a bunch of lights, because lights are great for using as binary switches. Oh crap, I built this all at angles. Ah, what I'll do, I'll have other light down here. So, we're going to have one light to trigger the bottom half of the leg, and another light to trigger the second half of the leg. Yeah, inertia tensor on these. You know what? They can just stay on default for now. Pump that up a little bit. Yeah, that'll be fine. So call that leg hinge FL02. Copy all those details, and then every other leg or every other hinge in that position will be the same. We can rename all of these. Okay. That can be rear right. That can be mid right. That can be front right. And then this one. Share inertia tensor. Yeah, I'll stick that one. Because it helps when you're making legs. 1, 2, 3. It helps with the wobble and the dangly, jiggly nonsense. Leg hinge. Front left 0, 3. Everything looks about right. Copy all of that onto these legs, so they can move in the same way. That's going to be middle left. Going to be rear left. Get rid of you because you're in the way. Rear right. Middle right. Oh look, the assault cannon dude's fallen over again because he's heavy. You'll figure it out eventually. Front right. There we go. Right, so that is all the basic leg angles for now. I'm going to start setting the controls and then start trying to make it all work. Let's set up these leg lights. Yeah, this is movement. I usually do movement with a blue colour. Oh my god. Make that as small as possible. Take that out. Hello, Bipolar. How you doing, man? I'm building a strange little spider mech thing. I know it's only got 6 legs, but trying to get 8 legs on there is just going to be... I don't think there's going to be enough room to do what I want to do anyway, so I'm going with 6 legs for now. But yeah, I'm just building some more tiny mechs. That dude's having problems. Just... There you go. Oh. Oh, look, you've run out of power. You can stay there for now. I'll figure you out later. Let's carry on with this. Right, so we've got leg light, front left 0 1, mid left 0 1, and rear left 0 1. Oh, you know what? We might not even. We might actually. Oh, we might actually need just the one light. Make it longer. I could potentially make the legs longer. I just want to make sure they actually work first before I start. To be honest, I probably will need to make them longer. Otherwise, that gun's gonna drag along the ground. You know what? For now, I'm just gonna do. Just gonna do something like that now. Right. Just be lazy. You can post that a bunch of times. Like so. Oop, that's a weird angle. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, that'll do for now. Oh, the centre body. The idea with this one is I was trying to make the body spherical as possible. I am open to the idea of having to make it a little bit longer if necessary, but I'm trying to make it a tiny little ball with a bunch of legs dangling off it. That's at least the idea I've got in my head. But I've got a feeling I've not got enough space for all the blocks I'm going to need. These yellow ones I reserved for potentially filling in with functional blocks later on, and I can also do the same with the cube block on each side of the sphere. So I can potentially cut that block out in there as well and replace that with something functional. So for now I'm trying to make it like a little ball with legs. Yeah, actually, having thought about what I'm doing, I don't think I actually need 2 sets of lights. Might only need the one. So you know what? I'm going to shave those ones off the top of there for now. Because the way I was thinking about doing the legs, I'm not going to have enough space for all the event controllers I'd want to use, so I'm going to have to do it slightly differently. So we've got leg light front left, mid left, rear left. front right, mid right. Ooh, what's that? Yeah, spider's a loose term, really. But yeah, like, I just kind of had a stupid idea of building something like kind of War of the Worlds-ish. Like, I mean, it's got 6 legs because making a nice little sphere in Space Engineers, you end up with a decent spacing for 6 legs. 4 legs, I'd end up having to put one here, a space, and then the next leg would be out here. And then you kind of lose the whole ball thing, so I'd have to make the ball a block bigger in all dimensions, and it end up being wider, and yeah. Trying to keep these things small. This thing's already quite large compared to that stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying the shape of it. The idea's kind of working, but right, so I've got all the basic parts in place to make that leg, well, make the legs work. So let's slap a control seat on there for now to make it easier to figure this stuff out. Oh yeah, I need to name the controllers. I didn't build them in any kind of sensible order, so yeah, so that one will be controller leg FL01. That's going to be mid left. That one looks like it's going to be rear left. Yeah. Right, so that'll be number 2. That'll be mid left 02. And where was it? That one will be rear left 02. That's the right, yeah, cool. That'll be front right, mid right, rear right, and then yeah. Front right 02, mid right 02, and rear right 02. Oh, hello, Lapo 2042. It's gonna have enough AI blocks to do at least the basics. It's got a move block in there already. It's got a remote block, so I can pilot it if necessary by remote. It's gonna have a task block, so it can follow things and take basic orders. And it's going to have at least an offensive block so it can target things. GPS recorders and defensive blocks are massively necessary for this. All the other designs in this save game, all the other mechs, they've all just got a basic setup of a move block, offensive block, and a task block so it can follow things. and then the turret controllers deal with the actual targeting and stuff. Right, so that is all of the legs named. So now we can get to the complicated bit, which is setting up these leg controls. So block on off, leg light front left 0 1. Front left, front right, have I not named something? Oh, that's why. You have missed something. Mid right, right. I've picked the wrong one, haven't I? Sod's law. Yep, typical. Leg light, front left. So, when that turns on and off, it is going to make this leg move. And I want to set it up so that it moves forward when the light is on and backwards when the light is off. So we will have that set like that, have that set like that. Leg rotor front left will reverse and reverse. So now when we flick that light on and off, on makes it move forward, off makes it move backward. And this is where things start to get a little bit more complicated. So that's the first step of making this leg move with that light switch. Second bit is when it's on, it moves forward. So we want the what hinges aren't named there? God damn it! Oh, what have I missed? Hinge, 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 hinge. I've seen some blocks in there that just said hinge. Or I did. Maybe I'm going mad. Maybe not. Anyway. Right, so leg control. Leg 2. Yeah, right, cool. So, when the light turns on, we want it to reverse these two hinges as well. So now, when that light turns on, it lifts the leg. The next thing we want to do is we want that leg to drop back down automatically. And the way I usually do it with spider mechs is I get the second controller to look at the angle of the second leg hinge. That's currently sitting at 35, and its maximum is, what did we call it? 35. Oh, yeah, its lower limit's 15 because of the way it's set up. I actually built it kind of backwards. So So when it gets to less than 20, I want it to come back down again. So we'll have that set to less than 20 degrees and set it up so that it reverses the first 2 hinges in that leg again. So now, when we flick that light on and off, it should, there you go, lift the leg up and automatically returns it. Now it's just a case of tweaking the various speeds of the hinges to get it into a nice, smooth stepping action. I think the first stage is actually increasing the speed of these rotors. Might double them and see what happens. Oh, look at that. That's much nicer. We could even increase the speed on the hinges a little bit. Front left 0, 1 and 2, they are currently set to 6. Let's make them 7. Let's see what it's like with a little bit of speed increase. About 8. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. There we go. Now we've just got to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times. And set up all the other legs to work in the same way. So it'll be block on and off. I'm going to keep that word saved. We'll do front right. Oh, yeah. Block on and off. Do, what's that, mid left. Block on and off. Mid right. Block on off. And rear left. And block on off. Rear right. Cool, so when they all turn on and off, we want the front right rotor to reverse and reverse, and then we want the front right hinges to reverse and reverse. And then what did we do? We did less than 20 degrees, didn't we? So these all get to be angle changed, less than 20 degrees. Just quickly set them all up the same. Angle changed, less than 20 degrees. Less than 20. Angle changed. Less than 20. Angle changed. Less than 20. Right, so these need to be leg hinge. I'm going to copy that to make it easier. So leg hinge, front right. Leg hinge, mid left 0, 2. Leg hinge, middle right 0, 2. Leg hinge, what we on? RL, rear left 0, 2, and angle changed. Rear right 0, 2. Right, so then we just need to reverse that and reverse that. Mid left, there we go. Right, it's a great idea to name things in a way that works for you and makes things nice and easy for your workflow. Oh, should have did that properly. Yeah. Done that. So what are we on? Rear left. Reverse and reverse. And rear right. Reverse and reverse. So, if I now stick all of these leg lights on here, I'm gonna have to swap some of the legs round because of the directions, I think. That works. That works. That one doesn't. That one does. What I'm doing anything. What have I set up wrong? You are on 12. Oh yeah, I also need to change them. Got something up wrong. Oh yes, well that was about to be. No. No. I've obviously screwed something up somewhere. Anyway, I'll set these up for now. Right, so troubleshooting. What did I screw up? That works. That works. That's not working. ML03. Mid left. Leg light. Mid left. 2, 1. Oh, apparently I didn't actually set it. So that'll be why. So that needs to reverse and reverse. And when it turns on, it needs to do the mid left hinges. So reverse and reverse. There we go. That works. Number 4 is sort of working, not properly, so I probably forgot to set up the controls. I've set them up in the wrong one. That's why. So that is what? Mid right. Reverse rotor, reverse rotor, mid right hinges, reverse and reverse. MR02, we didn't set that up at all properly. Reverse and reverse. So when we flick number 4 on and off, there it goes. Cool. Right. 5's doing nothing, 6 is doing nothing because I didn't set up the leg controllers like I did the others. Right, rear left, I did set up that, but obviously, yeah, I didn't set up any of these bits. Cool. Right, so what are we on? Rear left. Reverse. And reverse. Rear reverse, reverse. That appears to be set up correctly, so number 5. Oh yeah, I need to set up that the other way round because it's backwards. Do that. I should just be able to flip that rotor round. There we go. Off, on, off, on. That's the way. Cool. And then... Oh, hang on. No. No, because I'm a dork and I want all the lights to be pointing out when the legs are pointing out. So we actually need to reprogram that leg to be the other way around. So we should just have to swap them onto that side. So when the light turns off, it lifts forwards, turns on, pushes back. There we go. Now my obsessive need for light patterns is fulfilled. Cool, right. So then, leg light, leg controller, rear right. Verse, verse. Let's do the same thing as rear left light leg, I think. Just reverse those two there. That is set up. Let's go the right one. And I've already done that, so if I tap 6, right, groovy. So all of these legs now all do things when you press the buttons. Cool, that's all the basic bits. I quickly need a short bathroom break, so I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we'll figure out how to make this thing walk. Right, that will leave me 2 minutes. Right, so I want to make this thing walk. To make it walk, I need a repeating timer. To have a repeating timer that repeats faster than 1 second without using a script or a mod, I need to do some magic with event controllers. To do that, I'm going to have to do a bit more feng shui. This design, and I think, no, I'm going to use space the back for, you know what, I'm not going to get that in there. Let's put that there so it doesn't conflict with the leg. I don't want to cut this thing down yet. And then the next thing I need to make this whole ridiculous contraption work is I need another rotor. This rotor is ultimately going to trigger the walk cycle. So I'm going to stick that in there. We are really running low on space. That's in there. And we need a timer for it to trigger, and we need an event controller to watch the rotor. We need and you know what, we might rearrange some of these internals as much as we can. So I might actually end up moving the torque controller there, and funnily enough, stick the gyro right on top of the move block. Then we could have the event controller and the timer block that are going to control the walk cycle either side of that. So that will be the timer. That will be, where is it? That'll be the timer, that'll be the event block. That will be walk cycle. That'll be controller, walk cycle. Oh yeah. I also want a start and a stop timer, so I'm going to need to squeeze in 2 more timers, which I could tuck in to those 2 blocks there. Got a very minimum space to play with, so I'll stick that there. We'll call that walk start. We'll call that one walk stop. If I jump in the seat, we can start playing with this stuff. So walk start, what that will do is get all the legs into a position where the walk cycle is going to tick over sensibly. So we need to actually, before we do anything, figure out our walk pattern. So that's going to be in the middle. That'll be like that. That'll be like that. I think it'd be like that, actually. What we need to do, now we've got all those lights set up, we've got a walk cycle button. That is literally, like all the other mechs, is just going to flick some lights on and off. And depending what way around those lights are, I've called it cycle sniff, so I've not even named it properly. Idiot. Cycle. There we go. Right, so there you go. Now triggering that makes all the legs move. Cool, so that's the starting position we want for all of our legs. So walk start will start, ironically, by sticking these lights on and off in the way that they are now. So that'll be on, that'll be off, that'll be off. Is that off? Nope, that one stays on. What's that? Mid-right. And then that would be what? Off, and that would be on as well. So, even if we swap that round like that, if we hit walk start, it will stick the legs into that position, so that we can then cycle the walk animation. And then for walk stop, we want it to reset all its legs back to their default positions, so we will stick everything on. That'll make all the legs do that. So it'll end up being walk start to orientate the legs, tick walk cycle on and off over and over to make it walk, and when it encounters something, the sensor that I need to build will turn everything off and do that. So to make all of that walk and move and do things, we need to get this rotor. We're going to call it walk cycle rotor. We are going to give it a little bit of braking torque, well, a decent amount of braking torque because we don't want it to spin around. It doesn't need any limits, and it doesn't need any rotor displacement fiddling about with unless you want to do other things with that rotor. And for now, I need somewhere to put sensor. And I need to figure out what I want to do with that block space at the front. Is there any kind of functional block I need to fill that gap with first? I don't think so. You know what, even if we do need to replace it, it's not that hard to replace a sensor. Where are we? There we are. So, boom, a sensor on the front, call it walk sensor. Show on HUD. Show on HUD. That is a little bit big. We don't need that much. Let's make it 3 for now. What's that like? Not quite enough. $4 meters, yeah, 4 meters. 4 meters. Don't need any at the back. Don't need any at the top, really. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit top. Front, that's the important bit. I'll have it set to 5 meters for now. Bottom. Do 3 meters for the moment. Yeah, that'll be alright. Right, so, basic walk settings. So, we've got that walk cycle is triggering the legs doing stuff. Walk start. That. So, walk cycle controller will be angle changed greater than 10 And that's because anything less than 10 just seems to not pick up properly if you start spinning this rotor at high speeds. It was a cycle rotor, so it'll be looking at that walk cycle rotor, and as it spins round, it's going to trigger the walk cycle timer. So now, if we start spinning that rotor as it goes round, it'll trigger those legs. And 60 is about enough for now. Oh, hello, Prestige Reaper. How you doing, man? But to be honest, I think I might want it to be able to walk quicker than that, so I'm going to need another event controller. Yeah, because I want that cycle to tick over quicker. Oh. Might even need to increase the spread of those legs a bit, but it's going pretty well so far, man. Been building a strange spider robot thing. But I think I want the legs to move quicker. So yeah, I'm gonna need to move that. Just need to add in another timer, event controller. That's actually going to end up being walk cycle 02. Maybe walk cycle 01. Then we need to figure out where we can squeeze in that timer. You know what? Might just do it down here. Do the same on that side, because I'm inevitably going to need a timer or something for something else later. So we will call that one walk cycle, and we will spell it correctly this time. Is the Discord link not working? They might have changed it. I'll update the Discord link. What? Content engineers? No, I can't say I've heard of that. I'm not sure what it is. But if the Discord link on my page is not working, I will have to have a look at it and update it. I'm not sure why that's not working. Maybe one of the Mech Engineers guys has changed something and it's broken that link. Anyway, so we were redoing this, so I'm probably going to have to make this thing slightly bigger than a sphere, aren't I? So that can once again just turn on and off all of these lights. And then these are going to have to be angle changed. That can be greater than 10. That can be cycle walk rotor. We need to turn that down to half of what it was before, because we've now got double the speed to play with technically. So that was greater than 10, so this one can be greater than 190, because that is the opposite end of the degree wheel. So now we can have that trigger the walk cycle, and we can have that one trigger the walk cycle. So now there are 2 legs moving it. And now we can increase the speed of this rotor. And if we fiddle with the speeds of the hinges, we can have it walking nice and quickly. So I'll set that to 50. Just need to make those hinges on the legs a little bit quicker. Is a server for content creators. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'm interested in joining something like that. That's sound. Add you on Discord. Are you just Prestige Reaper on Discord as well as YouTube and stuff like that? Right, so we need to adjust them, but now is a perfect time to set up this walk stop button correctly. So what it actually needs to do before it does any of this is it is going to need to stop that rotor and turn it off, and then we will stick all of the lights turning back on to the second page, because there might be more fail-safes I need to stick in here first. Oh yes, that would be the other one. The other fail-safe would be turning these off. So that turns all of them off. And then we can hit stop. And it stops the cycle, and it turns everything off, and it puts the legs back to their default position. So if we want to make start work, that'll do all the lights, and on the next page, to make things a little bit more sensible, easier to figure out, we will have cycle controllers turn back on and walk rotor turn back on. So now we trigger that, everything is that position. Starts it, we trigger that, it turns it all off. Cool, that seems to be working. We just need to speed up those leg hinges a little bit. Oh, you've got it's a link on your... Yeah, Sam, it's on your YouTube page. I will have a look at that after I'm done here. Nice one, man. So, these leg hinges need to be a tad quicker, so let's make them 10. Yeah, that seems about right. Cool, so... if I stick the walk start and walk stop buttons on there we go, dum 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 dum, toddling along, stopping it puts them all back to there. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to change the angles a little bit. because I don't know how much travel that's actually going to get across the floor. Because you can make a cool walk animation with some interesting looking legs, but then discover that they're not actually getting a great deal of contact with the floor. But we'll figure all that out in a bit. So that'll do that. And then the walk sensor on the front will hit walk stop when it detects something, and hit walk start when it stops detecting something. So if I get in the way, it does nothing, and when I drop out the way, it starts walking. And if it detects something, it stops. And if it stops detecting something, it starts walking again. And that is how every single one of these other mechs that is walking along the floor avoids crashing into each other. They've all got a little sensor that stops them walking. And then the AI block, if it struggles to get to its destination and it's got enough power and thrust to turn, it will just skip and go to the next one. So if you get in its way for too long, it will just go, sod this, I'm going to go somewhere else. Until the sensor stops detecting stuff. And it works pretty well most of the time. He'll now try and walk into that building, but he can't because he's set to detect stations. And he'll turn that way instead and try and go to a different waypoint. And like I said, it mostly works. Occasionally, some robots will get stuck in corners. Like him. What are you doing? Oh, you managed to do that to yourself, you idiot. Off you go. Right, back to the spider mech. Right, so he's got a gyro, he's got right, let's hit the stop button and give this dude a little test and see how well he works. I still need to put a thruster on the back of him because AI blocks are just a bit moody without a thruster. They don't seem to like doing things without at least one. First time seeing anything like this, did I see? Oh, this is pretty much all I do in Space Engineers, man. So keep coming back for more if you want to see more stupid stuff like this. I am the first to admit I do not play Space Engineers properly like everyone else does. I couldn't care less about the survival aspect. I've got plenty of other survival games to do that kind of thing. And I don't really care about the space stuff too much because I've got plenty of other space games. But Space Engineers is the only game I know of that I can build robots in this kind of way. And that is why I love it. As far as I'm concerned, this is Robot Engineers. The space stuff is just neither here nor there for me. So, right, he's on the floor, he's got a gyro to keep him balanced. Yeah. Oh, he's got a little bit of forward travel by himself. That's not too bad with just the friction of the blocks on the voxels. Yeah. That's not too bad, and that's without a thruster, and that's without any AI guidance. That's just a subgrid travelling by itself. Cool. Those initial tests are pretty promising. Right, so set the let's turn that sensor off. We know it works. Right, so he needs at least one little thruster for the AI block to function properly. What we did with that. We only need one small rear-facing thruster. Or we could potentially... Actually, I'll do what I've done with all the others. I will have 2 of the little fan thrusters. You know what, I'll even use some of them. Stick them that way. Because nothing is going in there other than another block. Oh yeah. Time to use some of the swish new weird blocks. Yeah, use that and that. Either side. That and that either side there, and still kind of keep a bit of a roundish sort of shape. And then there. We can just use that for now. That, yeah, that kind of keeps the roundness that I was after. It's the wrong button. Right, and then those thrusters should give it a little push forward, which helps the mech get up hills, and it'll mean the AI will work better. Oh, another dog's run out of power. I'm just going to leave them all until they all drain out, and that one run out of power as well. Nope, he's just being stupid. He's stuck on there. His walk cycle has got nothing, it's confused. There we go. Yeah, I am going to have to start trying to automate a way of these things refueling themselves. Particularly those drones, because they are going to drop out of the sky eventually. Luckily, I haven't got damage turned on. Right, so we've got little thrusters. Might even want to consider... Actually, no, sod it. I'm going with blocks for now. All I've had is problems trying to put suspension blocks on the end of like really tiny mechs. They work pretty well as feet on larger things, but on the really small ones, I've had nothing but problems with them. So that could be like that. That could be like that. That. I'll place that later. That. And at some point I need to figure out an actual colour scheme for this mech. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. I was just going to steal the same grey colour I was using on everything else. So, that one. Make the main body have like a big stripe down the middle. Like that for now. And then we've got a gap in there, so we'll leave that exposed. God knows, I'm going to have to put something else in there eventually. And then we can fill back up in. And that gap. Right, so what else did I need to think about? I'll cover them with stuff later. I like to cover those rotors over with sound blocks because they seem to be the only block that I can put there that doesn't clang in any way, shape or form so far that I can tell. And also I can put a drone sound in that and automate a drone sound. Oh, sorry Prestige, didn't see your message. This is awesome. Love building this game. Yeah, I love the building in this game too. Like I said, it's the only game I know of that I can do this kind of thing. Like, you can do block building in Minecraft, but it's not the same as in this. And there's plenty of other games with like robots and spaceships and things you can customize, but it's very, very limited. Whereas you can do ridiculous things like this drone that I still need to do a bit more work on, but I'm really happy with the way they work. Are you coming into land? Oh, you're coming into land as well. I've just set them up with a basic waypoint route, so they do like a couple of laps at the base and then hover into land for a second or two before they bugger off again. Right, so let's have a look at AI settings. AI unit guard. This is going to be the thing that gets it to follow us around. Light controls, don't need collision avoidance, that just causes problems. We will set the speed limit quite low for now. We don't want any pitch, we don't want any roll, because we don't want this thing trying to flip its body over. Offensive doesn't really matter for now, because we're not nowhere near weapon testing yet. So we'll ignore that for now. That's on, that's on, that's on. Oh yeah, we do need... ah, crap. Got about comms control. Need to get at least... I need to get a beacon, and I need to get... well, I need to get at least a antenna in there. Potentially a beacon as well. Bit stupid sticking it on the top like that. Kind of spoils the round vibe. I might just hide it at the back somehow. Is I also want a relay on it for automation purposes, and I've just been sticking them on the back of the guns for now. It's a nice cheeky little place to hide it. When I cut that off, that's going to plummet. So I stick. You know what? It doesn't need a beacon. It just, realistically, it just needs a antenna. So we'll sod trying to squeeze a beacon in. Bum, 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 bum. To cut that back out again. Change that back to the way it was. So we will just stick a antenna in the back of there. I really wish they'd make a small grid version of that. I know it wouldn't be any smaller, realistically, than the small grid one that we've got now. I just want a different looking antenna, because we've had this one forever. We've got a cool new beacon. Beacon looks sweet. The old antenna just looks a bit naff compared to some of the blocks we've got now. Yeah, you know what, I like that sort of little descending kind of thing there. You know what, that's fine, that'll do. Potentially do a bit of shaping to cover it up some more, but meh. That'll do for now. We'll leave that hole on the top because we can potentially fill that. I do think there's something else I can put in there. Right, so you've got an antenna, you've got... Oh, I've got that connection. No, I haven't. Cool, right. The gun can take ammo, sound, and there's a bit of iridium there. Ah, cool, right, sound. Cool, so the little tiny conveyor connection works. Right, so... Right, that's the... oh yeah, that's the gun rotor. Let's set up the gun. That can be... Gatling rotor. We'll just set it up with some basic settings. Doesn't need to be super strong right now. We'll let it free spin in all directions. It's at its max. Yeah, that's fine. Where's that other hinge then? That'll be the other hinge that was confusing me. There it is. Gatling. Oh, already got the word hinge. Gatling hinge. 400,000, that'll do. Right, that is going to need to have some limits. So let's start with -10 and 10 for now. That can lift up further, that's fine. No, 90, 20. 30. That's not going to scrape the ground on the bottom. Yeah, that'll do, I reckon. And it's pretty low to the ground, so it doesn't really need to go more than 10 degrees. 10's probably a bit more much anyway, because that'll probably end up scraping the floor. So let's make it -5. So it's at least a little bit below 0. Yeah, cool, right. Now, not that I'm ever going to be able to use it, but turret controllers do aim better when they have a camera. Fortunately, without using mods, which I'm trying to avoid in this game, or in this save file anyway, we've only got upside down cameras that look nice in that position. And I want to make this look a bit cooler than it does right now. So I've been designing some other strange weapons that I will show off at some point, but they're kind of a secret project at the moment. But I've been making the covers for the guns look a bit more interesting. Let's do that. Then that yeah, about right. Then we can stick that in there. Go back to. Well, actually, let's try something a little different. There's it. That's the shape I've been going with before. Try that. And instead go with that shape. I can stick one of them in there, which gives me a connection point for the top. There's no connection point on the barrel of that gun. Put that in there. Oh, well, there's no connection point, so it needs to be that one. There we go. Little cover for the gun sort of thing. And then at the back we could have that for now. I hear clanging. Who's clanging? Yeah, I think they're clanging. Maybe I'm going mad. Right, so that's a little cover for the gun. Let's just set the turret up. More unit. Gatling. So we'll have Gatling rotor, Gatling hinge, top mounted camera, which I need to name, gun, name that, name all of that, fat stations, take that off, and leave them on. So now we'll just test it with me and aiming at me. Right. Control. We are upside down. But that doesn't matter because I'm not really going to use it myself. I just want to make sure the turret is oriented the right way. It's completely backwards. There we go. Thought so. So we'll do that as -20. -20. There you go, that's the right way around. Up, down the right way. Left and right to the right way. And that hinge needs share inertia tensor to stop it jiggling about so much. Let's stick control back on there. Yeah, there you go, it's a bit more stable. It's not wobbling, jiggling. Yeah, I'll leave it free spinning for now. Oh yeah, let's just turn that on. It can aim at me. And he won't shoot through his own legs. That's sensible. He will slightly clip them, but he won't intentionally. Cool. We might change that, but now take that AI off. That camera. Naming. Let's move that back into a more sensible position. Right, cool. Get rid of them signals. So we've got thruster power. We've got walk cycle settings, we've got sensor settings. A little test run. That off. Let's turn on, before we chop him down, let's turn on his AI movement. That's all good. Combat AI, don't need that for now. Guard mode, following me. 20 meters, AI is on. That sensor is on, so that will trigger those things. So if I chop him down from there. There you go. He's turning towards me. Of course, that's in his way. There we go. There we go. Not too bad. How much is the thrusters on his arse firing? Could potentially increase that a little bit. Let's give it 4 meters a second. Don't want to go in too mad too quickly. Yeah. In fact, let's change his move. No, not the move one. The guard block to follow me a little bit closer. Flick that out off. There we go. Oop. Booted me out of the way then. When I get into there, he stops. I move out of it. And he starts to walk again. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty much what I had in mind. Potentially even speed up the walk cycle even more and make those legs a bit faster and a bit more spidery. Ooh, right. So that works. So that works, and we've got space left over. Oh yeah, there was some greebling on that leg that I didn't finish off. Let's finish that off. In fact, let's paint that. A little bit more colour, even though I'm using shades rather than actual colours. Because black, white and grey aren't actually colours. Yeah, let's do that. I need to do that, and that to fill that in. We can move that entire leg by just flicking that light. And bum bum bum, where are we? There we go. And that one as well. Right, so that kind of works pretty much how I was expecting it to. And I've even got some space left over, which I wasn't expecting to have. So let's just plop another one there as a backup, because I want to try and make these legs a bit faster and increase this warp cycle a bit. I want it to skitter along the floor a little bit more like a spider, well, like a bug would. So, leg rotors, let's increase the speed of them. What are they on? Currently on 12. Make them 15. Let's see what happens. It's 15. I know, to be honest, it doesn't matter whether I make 15 or minus 15, the walk start function will fix that for us. Make them a little bit quicker. Might want to be faster than that. Not significantly different. Let's try a full 20 RPM. That's a bit quicker. That would mean that the hinges will need to be increased quite a bit as well. So let's do the rest of these rotors. Let's just do all of them like that and put 20. Seems to have worked. didn't, because you have to give it a little wiggle to get them all the same first. Yeah, right. Oh crap, what I've done is smeg them up, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. All's alright. Yeah, it does actually matter. Like that. Leg rotor, front right, you need to be reversed, so you are in the right direction. That's the one. And rear left, you need to be reversed. And everything else should be correct. There we go, that's the right way. And the reason it helps to use lights for these kinds of things, just turn the lights out and you'll be able to see what's on and off. Now let's make those leg hinges quicker. What are they on? Let's call it 15, because we don't have to move massive distance. Yeah, 15 looks alright. Let's make them all 15. Cool, so if we... Right, we can now speed up that walk cycle rotor a bit. Although not by much, because we are, yeah, pretty much at the end without having to add in another rotor and a event controller, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's alright. Fairly smooth. A decent speed. Hit stop. Hit start, stop, start. Yeah, that's as fast as I'm going to get it for now, without adding another event controller and then doing maths, which I can't be bothered with. So that will do for that. Okay, right, old version, you can go. That leg, that can go. Let's... It's trash. Cool. Right, so that's a Gatling spider. Dun 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 dun. Oh, you know what? Seeing as we've got space left over than what I thought I was going to have and what I thought I was going to need, I am instead going to plot the relay in the top, put it over with a little grill because I like it when you can see inside the machinery, and on the back, purely for aesthetic nonsense, I am gonna stick exhaust pipe, because one of my new favourite stupid tricks is having turret controllers that turn blocks on and off when they have come into, well, when they're aiming at a target. So we can go to, first of all, an exhaust pipe. We do need a name for this thing, or a tag name. So I'm going to have it do that. I had to turn down my graphic settings a little bit because this world's getting a little bit mad. But I might turn the graphics back up again. But yeah, we're gonna have that turn on when that gun is aiming at stuff. So we'll get the setup actions button or command. Where is it? And we'll have it turn the exhaust on and off when that turret can target something. So I'm going to take that off and turn that on. Turn that on. Just going to aim over there. You're not going to aim at the things right in front of you. Let's reduce your aiming radius a little bit. You're just pointing at that, aren't you? Of course you are. Because you're so damn close. Fine. Just get you to shoot at me again instead. Turn that off. Turn that on. Now, it's hard to see. If I get up and out of his targeting range, it turns off. When I get into his targeting range, it turns on. Yeah. Right, let's turn that AI back off again. Turn that off. Right, so that can walk around, can do things. Oh yeah, I'd like it to have a front camera in case I want to use it. So let's in fact we could move the sensor and stick it on top of there. Well, the only option we've got. I want the camera on the front. The other alternative is putting the camera on the top. I really want to have a big bug eye camera on the front of it like that. So I am gonna do that instead. Oh, you know what? I'll just delete that because the sensor settings are going to be completely different. So I'll call that walk sensor. So what did we decide for left and did I even put that sensor the right way around? Yes, I did. Sweet. Right, sensor settings. Left. We decided about. Oh no, it was 4 meters, wasn't it? We were going to go with. Yeah, I'll go 4. Maybe 4.5. Actually, no. Yeah, because that's got a little bit of wiggle room. Do 4. Bottom extent. That back extent. That can be 3 meters for now. Front, that can be nothing. Top. We'll make that 10 meters, so it's got a bit more range for now. Ooh, that could be a bit lower. Back. Yeah. Make it 4 meters for now. And then that sensor will stop things and start things as it detects and stops detecting them. I know it's only got 6 legs, but I'm calling it a spider for now. Right, so doing that. No, that wouldn't screw up anything in there, because they don't have anything to do with that. Right. That's all good. Let's get that out. Call that ammo container. Just call that battery. Sound block. Oh yeah. Do I want to try and do something with that sound block? Ah, that is what I could use one of these spare timers for. I could do something stupid with it. I could use... that timer to play the sound block and turn on the exhaust pipe. And I could get the sound block to play one of the drone noises for a little bit longer than that, and a little, actually no, 50 meters is about right, don't be too far. Zoom in a bit more. Actually, maybe we do want to play a little bit further. Make it go 75 meters. Yeah, whatever, that'll do. I'm not going to have it as that noise. So, the unit, when that gun looks at stuff. Oh, I didn't name that timer, did I? Target timer. Do for now. Just when it targets stuff that it triggers. So we'll have that set up so that when it aims at stuff, it triggers that. And for now, thing, my inventory. Pull all that ammo out of there for a second, so I can hear it over the sound of the gunfire. Unit. AI on. Target me. Yeah, you laugh with the bullets. I'm not making the noise, it's just very, very quiet. There you go, that's doing kind of what I want it to do. We'll turn that AI back off again. Tags and radius go back to normal. Take that off. Actually, leave that on. Put them back on. Right, that's got quite a quick pace to it now. So I wanted to, oh yeah, the whole point of moving that sensor was so I could slap a camera on the front of there. Then we can have that camera. Wrong button. Have that camera. Where is it? For the front. So now when I hit control. Oh yeah, it doesn't do that when you're in the pilot seat, does it? Right. Let's give that a bit of a test run. Down there. AI. We need to set up. In fact, let's rename all this stuff. AI unit movement. AI unit. Ops. Spider dash 01 be its little tag for now. Right, so we have a group for AI control. Let's just smacked around doing that. There. That is all switched on. All the thrusters are switched on. Down. Activate his walk cycle. I reckon I'm going to give him a little bit more speed in his movement controls. Oh yeah, we were going to do that anyway. Chopped it down from before. Oh yeah, because we adjusted the guard settings on the test run, didn't we? Just make that 10 meters, so we actually should get close enough to me to stop. Or not. Let's make it 7.5. Flick it on and off. There you go. In fact, I'll just call it 9 meters. Let's see what that's like. Keep following me. You'll stay stopped around there. Yeah, cool. That'll do for now. Yeah, sweet. That seems to work pretty well. It doesn't look like the thrusters are pushing him along too fast, but it makes it look like he's skating. Seems to be a decent speed with his walk animation. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Cool. Right, so we change that guard distance to 9 meters, and we change that movement speed to 4 meters a second. Oh, and it's almost been another 3 hours. Time flies when you're doing weird stuff. Right, so I want to be able to control this thing and turn it off via remote. That is the whole point of getting an action relay on it. So I need a control system. Group. In that control system, I'm going to need to put that camera, control unit for Gatling gun, not the leg controllers, the thrusters, the gyroscope I will leave out so the thing can stay balanced. Even when I turn the controls off. We definitely need to turn them on and off. And what else might need to be contained in that? The Gatling gun. And the walk sensor. Everything else could be dictated by the various controllers. So, Spider 01 control systems. That group turns everything off. On, turns everything back on. I'm fairly happy with that sensor setup, so I'm taking that off. Give that its little tag like everything else. Do them progressively as we go. Right, so that relay. Control relay. Oh god, I've completely forgot. I need to come up with a chart for all the different relay signals, because there's just too many now. Can't remember what anymore. We'll stick you on 98 for now, because I know 99 was something else. That could be that, that could be that. Control systems group can get turned on and off. Right, that's on. There's a control panel. Oop. Jump up there. Jump up there. Right. Bum. Let's just set up a little control here for a moment. Doesn't really matter which one it is. Set channel 98. Just call it stop for now. If I hit that signal, not doing anything. Your relay is supposed to be on channel 98. Oh. Let's. Yeah, I bet that has turned stuff off. Let's add in the look cycle timer into control systems. So that stop the legs ticking over. Yeah, that's the one. That makes it stop. What it should probably actually do is it should probably, as well as turning stuff off, it would also trigger actually, no. It should trigger that first. Then control that. And now, if we add the walk cycle rotor into the control system as well, you'll just quickly cycle that so everything is the same. Cool, so we can have that walking, that'll be toddling along, and then if we do it remotely, there we go, and it stops and it resets its legs remotely. Oh, yeah, turning on that rotor wouldn't do much though. Dun, 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 dun. Is there a different way of doing that? Is there a way we could get it to stop and start via remote? Because I want to be able to turn it on and then it come towards me automatically. So I need some way to remotely trigger that start button. that, triggering that. What I need is another event controller. I have a spare one. Oh. No I don't, but I have got some spacers. I only need one for now. So, dum 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 dum. Yeah, you need a event controller and a light to act as a switch. So what I could actually do, chop that off. Dum, 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 dum. Controller. There it is. I could stick that like that. We call that controller walk on off. We'll put the camera back on. Back on. Reset that. What? Just put the camera on the front of it. Blind and stupid, I need to put my glasses on. Right, so we've got a switch to turn the walk start on and off. Or I want to make a switch to turn the walk start on and off. Because it'd also make it much easier for the walk cycle, and it'd make it easier for resetting things. Turning the control systems on and off. So I need somewhere to sneak in now a light. At least one light. Only needs to be little. You know what? Let's stick one of them there. And we will call that walk on off light. We will make it the same cyan colour as all the other ones. Make it blink. Why not? And it's going at 60 RPM, so that should be pretty in time with those lights as well. Right, cool, so that light walk control on off, lock on off, walk on off light. When that light turns on and off, is going to control our walk start and stop. Off, off, on, trigger, trigger. Now this light turns on and off our walk cycle. Control systems, we'll just add that back into there. Right, so the whole point of that is not to do that, was to take that out, and we can now just have that light switching on and off as part of our relay signal. So now, when we turn it on from a distance, it will not quite do what it's told, because something is the wrong way round. Oh yeah, that's why. So that would need to be on. Make sure it's the right way around with everything else. And then we could send that signal to turn it off, and send that signal again to turn it on. Right, so in theory, if I make one of these, drop it, stick it on the floor. With that, right, pop over here. Where is he? There he is. Signal 9. There he is. Up he goes, heading towards me. Right over here, and he will follow me over here. You've fallen over again, you fool. I need to try and make the next iteration then a little bit more balanced, but I don't know really what I can do about that. Yeah, right, he's following me, and then we can drop down here, flick that signal, and he turns off. And we can send that signal again, and he turns on. And I need to set up his sensors to detect stations. But that works for now. So you, walk sensor, you need to detect small ships, large ships, and stations. And players, and that proximity alert needs to turn off because it's really irritating. And this now can actually just be the walk light turning on and off, which will be a more a bit more of a surefire way of the walk cycle not freaking out and doing weird stuff. And we've still got 2 spaces left in there for potentially something else. Now, I do want to have a look and see what like sticking small suspensions on the end of these feet. There's the short ones. Curious if they can't possibly get a bit of better grip on the floor. Or if it's just going to make him ping around the place, do stupid stuff, like it was with some of the smaller mechs. does make the feet look a bit more spidery as well. Because spiders have their little paws. Like spiders. Right, so suspension. We don't need any steering angle, don't need to worry about that, don't need any power. Strength, we will put that to 100 now. In fact, actually, we'll put it to 60 so it's got a little bit of bounce, a bit of give. We'll have that way. We'll set that to 25. Don't need any speed limits. Everything else is fine. Don't need that. I might keep that. Let's see how you play. And if we bounce over here and activate him remotely. What's that like? Less likely to smash his own feet when he's walking now. Quite like that. Let's see what it does when we turn those thrusters off and all he can do is walk with his own momentum. Oh, I've set that bloody sensor up the wrong way around. Come on game, let me get to the terminal. Sensor actions, yeah, I've done it the wrong way around. Wants to be off, and that wants to be on. Fool. Off, on, there we go. He's not actually too bad without the thruster. Oh, hang on, have I just turned that thruster back on again? Might have done. No, they are off. No, he's not too bad at all. So he can actually walk about 2-3-ish meters a second unassisted. But we will turn the thrusters back on because it makes life easier for the AI. And it helps it keep the AI pointing straight. That's not too bad at all then. He can actually walk under his own momentum. And with the thrusters turned on, yeah, you can do like 3-4 meters a second, which is obviously a little bit faster. Yeah, that's way better. Cool. Right, so I think having suspensions is the way forward. But also redoing that sensor. Screwed that up. I've got 2 blocks of space left. And he's technically only I need to figure out is that I've got the potential, if I do some jiggery pokery, I have got the potential to get another turret controller in there and give him another weapon. Which would give him another limb, which would technically make him a spider. But that has been 3 hours, so I am going to leave this one here for now. Been pretty successful. A little bit of tweaking. I've got suspicion those hinges in his knees are clanging a little bit. No. You see any sparks coming off him? I think that I need to adjust the angle of the gun. That's clanging a bit on the back, but that seems to be the only real issue. Other than that, weird little spider bot seems to be working quite well. I might even try and adjust him to squeeze in a second controller and a second arm. But for now, I'm going to blueprint him as he is. Oh. You know what? Delete him. Come back to this. We'll name him Spiderbot for now. Blueprint that later. Right. He's working quite well. So, I think I'm going to leave that one there. And I'm going to do a little bit more work to him at a later date. And try and make him even more weird and spidery. So, thank you for watching. Thank you Prestige Reaper for chatting and saying hello. Thank you Bipolar and Lapo2042 and anyone else I might have missed. Cheers for watching, cheers for chatting. And I will be back again in the near future with more weird mech stuff. So, cheers, goodbye for now.